here's what I've decided to do. I'm going to take 28 business owners, 28 people from all walks of life, all location, all ages, and I'm going to take over their marketing campaigns, build their marketing campaigns for them, show them how to scale it. And let's say you're doing 100 grand, 200 grand a year, let's scale you to $1 million. If you're already in the 7 figures, you're already doing $1 million to 2 million, let's get you to 8 figures. Okay? Over the last years, I've done this for 15 of my own brands. And I've consistently found out how you can do this. You need 3 things. 3 things. I'm going to write this out. And basically, nobody, even the big boys, or the former big boys like Toys R Us, which is now bankrupt, or Sears, which was the largest retailer in the world, and is now also bankrupt, or Kodak, which was the biggest camera company in history, which is now bankrupt. They didn't have all 3 of these things. And if you're watching this, you probably saw something that I posted that said, if you're an existing business owner ready to scale, I'm going to do it for you, and I'm going to money back guarantee it. Nobody in history has ever done this. You'll see. Let me explain. 3 things you got to have. It's what I've discovered. So I started online. Basically, I was one of the first people online. 2001, I stumbled upon Google Ads. 2008, I was in the beta program for Facebook. That very beginning Facebook ads. 2014, I began YouTube ads. There's only a few people doing it. And me and my business partner, Alex, now, I own businesses separate. We own Mentor Box together. Took that business. I put 100 grand in, he put 100 grand in. Latest valuation was over $55 million. And I've spent no more than 4 hours a month. Really 4 hours a year, but people don't believe that, so I'll say 4 hours a month. Building out a system that's replicable and scalable that makes twice the money with half the work. And so I've been training people. I've trained over 200,000 people in my paid programs. Over 100 million people have watched my free training. I've done it for my own businesses. I've done it for businesses that I now are apart from, not a part of my personal brand. Things like Mentor Box, Farmers Box, Knowledge Society, and so on. And consistently it works. So what are these 3 things? These are the 3 things I discovered between 2001 and 2014-15. Okay? They've helped me generate 9 figures of revenue myself personally. Okay? That's well over 100 million. Let's just call it over 100 million in revenue. So I'm explaining what I've actually done myself. This is not theoretical. 3 things. And these are the 3 things that I'm going to do if you get in my case study test group. Only 28 people. There's already 2 people. I haven't even announced this yet, but I let 2 people in that I knew from before. So there's 26 spots left. Although by the time you watch this video, there'll be a lot less. This will go pretty quick, I expect. Number 1, you have to have the 4 P's. You have to understand, you have to have the first P, which is product concept. You have to have a very powerful product concept. And the way you might be telling your story might not be compelling enough. Charlie Munger, the billionaire partner of Warren Buffett, says, you can't polish a turd. Some people, the problem and the reason you're not scaling is the way you're presenting the concept. It's not in a way that's compelling, scalable, and saleable. I'll give you an example. Let's just look at Sears and Amazon. Sears, what do you think of when you think of Sears? Because Sears and Amazon, even Walmart, are all doing the same thing. But only Amazon is winning. Because they presented it with Amazon Prime. Free shipping. With this kind of cool package. They wrapped it up in one click. Meaning you store your credit card once and forever you can just buy by clicking, buy now. They packaged this thing up very streamlined. And so that's the first thing if you get in the case study. What I'm going to do is, by the way, I'm going to document where the business owner in the case study starts at. Your revenue, what the product concept is, the marketing campaigns, the video campaign, what you're doing. We're going to do a progression over 12 months. Kind of like you see in weight loss, like before and after. That's what we're about to do. So this is an explanation before you apply. It's not for everybody, and I'm not going to do it at scale. This is something I don't want to scale. I'll explain in a second why I'm doing this. But you need a product concept. You need a compelling and ideally viral video marketing campaign. And I'm going to add one thing to that: social media. Okay? So you need a compelling viral social media video marketing campaign. Excuse my handwriting there. I'm going to build it for you. Train people how to do it, but it's hard. If I train you how to do it, you still haven't done it. So I'll just do it for you. I'll come up with the concept around your product, around your business. We'll script it out. We'll write it out. We'll walk you from A to Z. Third thing is you need a high performing, or I call it a high EPC, earning per click funnel. You need a sales funnel, website sales funnel. All right. And it needs to convert. And basically nobody has all three. Like I said, I get, I don't know, 1 to 10,000 emails or questions or DMs a day from business owners. And consistently I see these three being the limiting factor. And I built a lot, my social media marketing agency, trained people how to do this. Let me just go to this next step and explain why I'm doing this. I've trained people how to do this, but I haven't done it for them, partly because it's time consuming. Okay? And partly because I was doing it for my own brains. Here's the thing. I've partly retired now. If you've noticed and you watch me on social media, you'll notice I'm not posting quite as much anymore. I'm kind of retired. So what do I do in my retirement? I read, I play chess, sometimes I get bored. And this just came to me the other day because me and my business partner, we have another investment company, a holding company called Schweitzer Alexander, and we're going out there, we're focused on trillion-dollar industries like food, media, real estate, and all this. And we're building out and buying companies ourselves. But one of the things me and Alex noticed, by the way, Alex just sold his company 2 weeks ago for $255 million. So, he and I have spent over $500 million on social media video campaigns. We've generated over $1 billion in revenue. So, once again, this video comes from the trenches, not somebody in a high glass tower, even though right now I'm in Manhattan at a high glass tower. But so in my semi-retirement, I'm not fully retired, I'm a little bit bored and I like to play chess, and I actually enjoy consulting. The thing about consulting is I charge a lot of money for it. I charge between $250,000 and $1 million a year, partly because the thing I don't like about consulting is I'll often give people the perfect thing, but they don't know how to do it. So I'll tell them how to build the viral video campaign. I'll tell them how to build a funnel, but they don't know how to do the funnel. They don't know how to shoot the videos. It's like technically they get all lost. So I just said, what if I do it for you? So you just basically sit back and relax. And by the way, there's a lot of teaching on hustling and hard work, and I'm totally a believer in hard work. But I'm a believer in balance too, and it's not enough to just work hard. The reason, for example, I was able to build Mentor Box from, $100,000. I put 100, Alex put 100 to last valuation was 55 million, but that was a while ago. It's more now. In under 4 hours a month of work. It's because I built out a team and I leverage a team. So leverage comes through people. And man, I've spent many millions of dollars hiring, training, letting some people go, recruiting people from around the world, and building a team that can do those three things. Help me experiment, because you got to run experiments to run the winning story. I was talking about here, and what it is, it's a product concept, but it's kind of a story. All good brands are this great story of helping people. Like Uber's just like a great story. You just go, hey. I remember in 2012 or 13, this girl I know, Emily, we're out at a nightclub, and she goes, I go, you need a ride home? Or you need a taxi? And she goes, no, I got this app, Uber. And a black car came and picked her up like real fast, and I was going, wow. Well, that's an easy to tell story. That's pretty compelling. If you've been drinking, you just Press a button and a car comes and gets you and takes you home safely. Don't have to wait on cabs, deal with cash, tips, just an Uber comes. So, in the sense that, in my consulting, I would give people these amazing product concepts. I have a consulting client. These people all paid 6 figures. I got a guy who is probably netting now an extra from what I showed him. What did he tell me? I don't know. On track to do like $500,000 to $1 million a month net. Just from incremental revenue from what I showed him with product concept. But he's a rare guy because he has the team to build it out. If you're watching this, you don't have the team to do it. So I'm going to lend you my team, or I'm going to have my team do it for you. So as you leverage people, you begin to work smart and not hard. I'm not saying you won't have to work hard too, but you think Jeff Bezos built Amazon? You think Steve Jobs? You know, Steve Jobs didn't know how to code anything. You think Steve Jobs built Apple? No. He doesn't know how to code. You think Jeff Bezos built and runs Amazon? No. It's hundreds of thousands of employees and a ton of executive people too. So if you don't want to go through the hassle of building that, I'm going to let you use my team. But only 28 of you. And that's a real number, by the way. It's not false scarcity or something. I don't want to build out. I just want to do it for 28 people. I want to put them on our website. Honestly, I'm redesigning my homepage and I want it to be 28 case studies. Because a lot of people see the stuff I do and they're like, oh, is this real? Does this actually work? And well, now I get that less because I'm building all these brands that are like not personal brands. So I'm building like people see Mentor Box, like, oh, Walmart's a client of, okay, well, you know, this is a legit business. And that's not a personal brand. Sometimes people say stuff, oh, it's all I know is social media, but you can't build that into a brand. Well, now people don't say that anymore. And so I can do it for you. And if I can't do it for you, I'll give you all your money back. I don't know anything better than that. There's nobody in the world that'll tell you that. Nobody. And the reason I'm doing it is because if I can't take you from 100,000, you know, but basically I want to build you a funnel that doubles what you pay my team. Okay? Or you get your money back. So if you're doing 200 grand, we build a funnel that can do 400 grand. If you're doing $1 million through a funnel, we build you a funnel that does 2 million. And you'll see. I explain all the fine print on how the guarantee works. But the guarantees that I've done guarantees for my mastermind for 25 grand or 50 grand. Very few people ever refund because we know how to do this. I wouldn't put a big refund on something I didn't know how to do because that means I work for you for a year, my team, and because I want to meet you in person if you get in the case study. I don't want to do that all for free if it actually, you know, changes your life. But this can change your life. And that's an important thing to know. I mean, this can shave 5-10 years off your learning curve in business, off your scaling curve. And if you don't think I can do it, then you shouldn't watch this video. You should just save yourself time. This is for those people. I'm not in the business of convincing people. I've learned in life, if you want to be unhappy in life, try to convince people who don't believe in what you're saying. You can't. One of my mentors out in the nation used to say, Ty, don't try to teach a pig to fly. You can't do it, and it bothers the pig. I'm not calling people pigs. He was a farmer. But the analogy says, when people are set in their ways, you can't really change them. It actually bothers them, so just leave them alone. So for me, my big picture goal is very simple. I'm going to take 28 people, and my guess is we'll be able to pull it off for about 80-90% of the people. There'll be some people we can't help, and we have an application below. You can see the application. There'll be some businesses. Well, we're going to get a lot of applications. We're going to filter them. You'll talk to my team, the head of my team who's actually doing this. He'll talk to you about whether you're a good fit. If you're a good fit, then you'll talk to me. Okay? So I'm the second layer. I'm not going to talk to people until I know they're qualified. So if you look at the page below, it explains the whole process. I wanted to shoot a video just to explain this as best I can, but read the whole thing below because we wrote it out very carefully. The process, you're going to come in, you know, we have the application. You talk to the head of my team. After you talk to the head of the team, if you're approved, then we begin the process. We do either an in-person meeting, or we can do it on video if you're far away. We can do a video call. Then we begin to build for you. So we refine the story of your business. Step 2, we script out the video campaign. 3, we are going to then build the funnel. Then after that, we're going to train you how to run the ads. We're not going to run the ads for you. This is something you have to learn yourself. But we will get you started on it. And you can hire an agency. I've trained over 40,000 people to do social media marketing agencies. This is a case study experiment of building the business correctly in a form that's scalable and can be scaled without me. Okay? So this is the process of what we're going to do for you. Now, that's how it works. How much does it cost? So very simple. Read the breakdown below. It basically comes out to 12 grand a month. But I want to bill it annual. I don't like to rebill. You don't want to rebill people monthly at 12 grand. I'm not, at this point in my life, I'm not a bill collector. You know what I mean? So it's like 12,500 a month and comes out to whatever. Annual's 150 grand. For a lot of people, that's too much money. Fine. But, I mean, this is not for beginners per se. But if you go out and want to hire your own marketing person, a good person is 150 grand. But I can promise you ain't going to hire anybody, not to sound cocky, like me and my team. I mean, you think you can hire somebody that's done 100 million plus for 150 grand a year? You can't hire somebody who's done 100 million because they're doing their own businesses. I can basically retire and make $1 million a month, with doing nothing. So I'm not hireable. The reason I'm doing this, because one, I like to pay it forward and help businesses. Actually, the person who was helping me write this page below, my copywriter, she's like, this is underpriced. $12,500. There's agencies run by people I trained that only have 1 or 2 years experience that charge 20 grand a month. In fact, I shot a video with one of them in London. He charged 20 grand a month for brands, and he started 5 years ago. I started in 2001. Okay, online in 2001. I started in business as a teenager. So, Forbes named me top 10 business influencer in the world. What was it, a year or something ago? So I can tell you that I can build this for you if I put my brain to it. And if I can't, get all that $12,500 a month back. I just like, well, I couldn't do it. Here's your 150 grand back. We have a contract signed. You can't lose. I've signed these contracts before, and anybody ever want a refund, got all their money back. So now, if it works, you can't get a refund. I'm not going to let somebody rip me off, but I'm saying if we can't build it, if it's just we can't get a converting funnel, then you had no risk. I took all the risk, and I expect out of 28 people, it'll happen a couple times, because there's some businesses that are very hard to scale. Some businesses won't be approved on social media, so we can't get the, you're never going to get the ads to run if you're selling. Like, I had a friend who sold ammunition. I'm not going to be able to help. That's why I have an application. I'm not going to be able to help you if you have an ammunition business, because Google and Facebook are not going to let that run. You're not going to be able to run on social media very well. I could maybe help you build a viral campaign and a funnel, but that's not my ideal business. I want one that I can, boom, have a massive case study. And I've done that. I mean, my top success story, a guy was in prison in 2014, started following my stuff, and he netted like 25 million bucks last year. He thinks he'll do 100 million this year. So I'm taking people from whoosh, and I've done it for myself, and I've done it with my business partner. So it's a consistent pattern. It's a challenge of myself. I'm gonna do it for 28 people, money back guarantee. So I don't want to talk too much longer on this because everything you need to know is below, but read below. If you're a fit, click the little application. It's a free application. You don't have to pay anything. You answer 5 or 6 questions. We'll review it. If it's a good fit, we'll shoot you a text and say, hey, it looks like a good fit. Schedule a call with my sales guy, the head of my team that's kind of out there, managing this whole program for me. Well, there's actually 3 of them. We'll give you a call. One of the 3 will give you a call. And if it's a good fit, then we move forward into the contract stage. You'll get the contract. You can read it, send it to your lawyer. If it's a good fit, we get going. And then it comes, you can either meet me in person or we can do it on video. And we begin to build this out, and the chess game begins. I've been playing chess since I was 2. I like it. I got 28 chess games that I'm going to take this year, besides my own businesses, which are obviously chess games too. Me and Alex launched 4 brands last year in 4 months. So this year we expect to do another 4. We have 7 or 8 brands, besides my personal brands and educational brands that we built. But I'm gonna do this for 28 people. Now, again, I'm not going to take your business from 100 grand to 10 million or something. I mean, if it does go there, great, but that's not part of the guarantee. It's a realistic. The guarantee is basically the money you pay. If we don't double it for you, double your money in a year, you get it all back. That's a realistic thing, and it's fair to you and fair to us, And I always say, what's the alternative to this? You can learn all this stuff on your own. You can take my social media marketing program. You can do this. You can hire a team to build it for you. You're going to end up spending many more years and a lot more money than $12,500 a month. A lot. I mean, just way, way, way more. You're going to spend 5 to 10 years. People always underestimate how long it takes to get good at things. Business is a jungle. Everybody wants to be rich. That means the bar is high. The competition is high. You think you're just going to do it? One of my mentors used to say, entrepreneurs are much too optimistic. And he said it's a double-edged sword. The optimism helps them quit their job and jump into something hard, but it also causes them to underestimate difficulty. And a lot of entrepreneurs get discouraged because it's going to take 12 to 20 years. The natural path to success is 12 to 20 years. Bill Gates, very intelligent person, very. He started at 12, he was a billionaire about 31, 19 years. Jeff Bezos started in 94, he was the richest man in the world around 2016. So maybe later, 2017, 23 years. Very high IQ person. Warren Buffett started reading on investing at 7 years old. I think he was a billionaire in his 50s. So if you want to cut this curve, you have to become an ally with people. And you have to hire some of them. And you have to partner up as a business partner with some of them. But for me, I'm not offering this as a business partnership. I'm saying I want to build success case studies that I can showcase to the world. And if you want to be one of those case studies that I build, it's very simple. Your next step is fill out the free application. Put in the best time for us to call. If you're not a fit, we won't do the call with my team. And then if you kind of pass that filter, then it'll go to the next stage and eventually to me, one-on-one, in person. It's not an all-day thing. I mean, we can do it over lunch. It'll take about an hour or 2, but we'll find out your story. Then I've got a whole team designated to building it all up. But I'll be involved. This is not something I'm outsourcing to my team. I will be intimately involved with this project. So these are the only things that I do like this case study thing I've never done in my life. Okay? I've taken on consulting clients, but they pay me a lot of money. I mean, in 2013, a guy paid me, what was it, 200 grand for consulting for like 3 months, and I made him $20 million extra that year. Consulting works. The problem with consulting that I found, he was already very robust. He was already making like $20 million a year. So I added another 20 to 40, let's say. But the thing is that if you're watching this, you probably don't have the team. If I just give you if I charge you 250 grand and then give you a Word doc with 10 things you need to do, that's not going to be enough because you don't have the team to do it. So you'll go crazy trying to do it yourself. So let my team do it. Let me and my team just do it is what I'm saying. And you can spend the years researching, go through all my programs. You can go to every conference in the world. You can get other people to do this, to train you. You can hire in consultants. You can read 100 books. Or you can just let me do it. For the price of literally, you can let me do it for the price of hiring a decent but not amazing marketing officer for your company. $12,500 is child's play. I mean, if you're in San Francisco, a good CMO is going to cost you $250,000 a year, $20,000 a month, with no guarantee, by the way, and a lot of HR headaches, and a lot of insurance and benefits and Social Security and taxes. So none of that applies here. And this is tax deductible, 100% of it, which is another beautiful thing. So if you're in a higher tax bracket, you get like, I mean, I'm in the 52% tax bracket when I lived in California. It's a nightmare. So anything I could do to get tax deductions that help boost the value of my business, I was happy to do. So yeah, nothing left, but if you're on the fence, just fill out the application, because worst case, I mean, it takes 60 seconds. You already spent 20 minutes watching this video. Spend 60 seconds filling out the application, and yeah, I look forward to meeting 28 of you. No, wait, 2 already in, 26 of you in person, either be in New York, or I travel a lot, so wherever I'll be, we'll work it out. Even if you're not in the U.S., so I travel outside the U.S. and plan to go there this week out of the U.S., so. And I'm in the U.S. a lot, so. Well, I hope that was helpful to explain the page below. You could have just read the page below, but I know some people would rather watch a video or listen to a video. That's why I recorded this, so. Hope to meet 26 of you. Talk to you soon.